I sprinted a 50 free
every day for 50 days.
and you know what? I actually learned a lot. So I took everything I learned and boiled it into 4 key things that'll help you get faster. And trust me, tip number 4 is the most important, so make sure to stick around so you don't miss anything. Oh, by the way, I'm Colin. I'm training for the 2028 Olympics, but also posting different aspects of my journey on the internet so that you can follow along and get an inside look at the training that I'm doing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Have you ever seen Jordan Crooks just explode off the blocks, hit the water, and immediately start doing some of the fastest underwaters you've ever seen? Yeah, that's no accident. Your underwaters are literally the fastest part of your race. Or well, they're supposed to be. You're letting your opponents get an edge over you. So for these 50 days, I focused on 3 things with my underwaters: making my dolphin kick snappier, my streamline tighter, and my breakout smoother. It made a huge difference in my sprinting. And while I haven't mastered my underwaters yet, doing these 50 days of sprinting a 50 freestyle taught me the importance of being able to do strong underwaters. Next up, you need to focus on being more prepared. I used to just show up, dive in, do my sprint 50, and call it a day. But sprinting isn't just about your power output, it's about precision. During these 50 days, I learned how to properly warm up, mentally rehearse my race, and know exactly how I wanted to execute each 50. So some days I would practice a faster stroke rate, some days I would practice doing as many dolphins as I possibly could, and some days I would just attempt to let my mind go blank and let muscle memory take over. The difference I found is I stopped feeling so sluggish off the start, and I was able to hit my race plan way more consistently. Now, of course, there were days where I literally couldn't do it. Like, I was hitting 22 highs off a dive, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst swim of my life. But here's tip number 3. Times aren't everything. Listen, I get it. Times matter. They're a way for you to compete with your friends. And ultimately, they're a benchmark on how well you've been practicing, but they're not everything. Not every race is going to go your way. What I learned from these 50 days is a real athlete doesn't focus on their defeats. They learn from them and learn not to make the same mistakes again. If you were actively following my 50 days, I really only posted every single day on Instagram. But you could tell there were days where I felt unstoppable. I was hitting 21 lows. I was hitting 21 mids. I was killing it. But then there were other days where I was going as slow as a cruise ship. I was snailing. It was horrible to watch. And honestly, thinking about it now, those were honestly some of my best videos. The ones where I didn't even do well, which is crazy. It's weird how that happens, right? But instead of getting frustrated, instead of saying, no, I'm done, I don't want to sprint 50 freestyles anymore, I used those days to sharpen my technique, my mindset, and my consistency. And in the long run, I truly believe that the days where I did my worst have helped me get that much faster. Remember this, progress takes shape in many different ways. This is progress, but this is also progress, and this is progress. Progress isn't a linear road. It's a windy, twisty, turny hike where some days feel great and other days feel like crap. And now here we are. Tip number 4, probably the most important thing that I learned from these 50 days. Yeah, mindset's important. Yeah, it's important to remember that times aren't everything. But this is the icing on the cake. It's your underwaters. Yep. Underwaters are that important that they got 2 different slots. If you take one thing from this video, it is that your underwaters will make or break your race. Fix them, speed them up, hone them to perfection, and I guarantee you, you will drop time. So there you have it, 50 days of sprinting boiled down into 4 tips that I believe are the most important to helping you drop time in your 50 free. If you found this helpful, drop a like. If you want to keep getting faster, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye. I think that was a freaking banger, personally.